We had to fly an hour and a half in and then an hour and a half out. We wanted to be in and out in the darkness. Every 15 minutes they'd tell us we hadn't been painted, meaning no radars hit us. I remember banking to the south, which meant we were getting ready to hit. My biggest concern was having to piss really bad and then having to get off in a fight needing to pee. I used one of my water bottles. I peed in that and I actually carried it through the whole mission. I forgot until later when I shot bin Laden in the face, I had a bottle of piss in my pocket. We opened the doors and I looked out. The area looked different than where we trained, because we're in Pakistan now. There are the lights, the city, there's a golf course. This is some serious Navy SEAL shit we're gonna do. This is so badass. The first helo had a hard landing. The nose hit the sand and then the tail stayed on the fence and it just stopped. They just jumped out and went to work. I was carrying a big-ass sledgehammer to blow through a wall if we had to. There was a gate on the northeast corner and we went right to that. We put a breaching charge on it, clacked it, and the door peeled like a tin can. But it was a fake gate with a wall behind it, like a Bugs Bunny house. They thought we'd waste our time on that, so they'd have time to prepare. But that was good. We knew someone was defending themselves. There was something good here. We were about to blow the next door on the north end when one of the guys from the bird that crashed came around the other side and opened it. We'd always assumed we'd be surrounded at some point. You see the videos of him walking around and he's got all those jihadis, but they weren't prepared. They got all complacent. The guys that could shoot shot, but we were on top of them so fast. One of the SEALs shot a guy and a woman. He told me, "Jesus, these women are jumping in front of these guys. They're trying to martyr themselves." Another sign that this is a serious place. There's a hallway, there's a room here, there's a room here. The dead guy, the dead woman were right there on top of each other. You keep going further, there's 2 more rooms. And then there's the fucking door. That's the one we were just beating the piss out of, putting bombs off. I was holding down watching them breach it. And I saw a girl about 5 crying in the corner. I went, picked her up, and brought her to another woman. There had to be 15 people downstairs, all sleeping together in that one room. The breacher had to blast the door twice for it to open. We started rolling up. I was about 5 guys back on the stairway when I saw the point man holding up. He'd seen Khalid, bin Laden's son. I heard him whisper, "Khalid, come here," in Arabic, then in Pashto. That confused Khalid. He leaned out, armed with an AK, and he got blasted. He was dead on the stairs. We just stepped right over him and kept going. He was the last line of security. The point man moved past doors on the 2nd floor, and 4 of the 5 guys in front of me started to peel off to clear those rooms, which is always how the floor works. We're just clearing as we go, watching our backs. He's still the point man, and I move up to number 2. I turn around and look. There's nobody else coming up. The point man, at that time, saw bin Laden on the 3rd floor peeking around a curtain. The point man took a shot, maybe 2, and bin Laden disappeared back into a room. There were 2 chicks yelling at us, and the point man was yelling at them, and he said to me, "Hey, we need to get moving." By then, we realized we weren't getting more guys. We had to move, because bin Laden is now going to be grabbing some weapon because he's getting shot at. I had my hand on the point man's shoulder and squeezed, a signal to go. The 2 of us went up. On the 3rd floor, he tackled the 2 women in the hallway right outside the first door on the right, moving them past it just enough. He thought he was going to absorb the blast of a suicide vest. He was going to kill himself so I could get the shot. I rolled past him into the room. There was bin Laden standing there. He had his hands on a woman's shoulders, pushing her ahead in the direction of the hallway commotion. It was his youngest wife, Amal. He can hear, but he can't see. It was a snapshot of a target ID. Definitely him. Even in our kill houses where we train, there are targets with his face on it. I thought in that first instant how skinny he was, how tall, how short his beard was, all at once. I don't know if she's got a vest and she's being pushed to martyr them both. He's got a gun within reach. He's a threat. In that second, I shot him 2 times in the forehead. He crumpled on the floor in front of his bed and I hit him again. He was dead. I remember as I watched him breathe out that last part of air, I thought, is this the best thing I've ever done? Or the worst thing I've ever done? This is real, and that's him. Holy shit. Back at the Jalalabad base, we pulled bin Laden out of the bag to show Admiral McRaven and the CIA. Bin Laden looked a little bit different than I expected in the light. I had to sit there and look at him. I brought the agency woman over. Is that your guy? She was crying. That's when I took my magazine out of my gun and gave it to her as a souvenir. That was the last time I saw her. I was like, this is awesome, this is great, we lived. I'm eating a breakfast sandwich, standing near bin Laden's body, looking at a big screen TV with the president announcing the raid. I'm watching him, looking at the body, looking at the president, eating a sausage, egg, cheese, and extra bacon sandwich thinking, how the fuck did I get here? This is too much.